dump trucks dropped off loads of clay. Some of these dump trucks were really big. We've probably got actually closer to 50 loads out there the way these trucks were coming in. I'm telling you, listen to me when I tell this. For you guys out there listening that race karts, that race mini sprints, that race quads, speedway karts, dwarf cars, I've been around racing a long time. I've seen a lot of different racetracks. What I can tell you is I have yet to ever, and Gary, I know where you're going because you're looking at me like, yep, I have never seen clay like we have here for this track. This is it's
go look at it.
If you could put well, you know what I called it. I called it 100% pure Colombian clay. It's not cut.
No, this stuff is.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
See, when I had all this stuff dumped out, and this, I'm so glad little things happen for reasons. I was talking to Sandy about the clay. You look at this stuff, and it looks like it's full of rocks. Okay, that's because it's got huge clods of clay just stuck together. Then you've got this stuff that's broke up. You've got
the fine.
You all right, Dave? Yeah. Okay. So we've got the piles of clay that it's looks like dirt. That is not dirt. Mm-hmm. That is there. I've gone through 41 piles. I've looked. I've found very, very little amount of rock. And I'm talking.
When you say rock, you're talking pebbles.
Pebbles, yes. And yeah. I mean, it's amazing what this stuff is. You take a clod and you break it open. And if you watch my Facebook, I posted a deal. Everybody saw it when I squeezed it, from dirt. It looked like dirt. Squeezed it into a clay ball, broke it, and ran my thumb over the top. This is some of the most unique clay I've seen because I've put samples out on the track. I've taken samples, put them out on the track, and I've watched how it dries. Okay, I can tell you when this stuff is wet, it is going to be fast. It is going to be tacky. It is going to be traction. It's a horsepower. Now, once that dries away, or once it dries out, I'm watching this clay that I've got laid out on the track, how it's changing. I promise you better be able to drive because this stuff is going to be slick when it dries out. It's going to be slick and smooth for features, probably be a little quicker for heat races. It's going to be an interesting stuff to watch because, number one, the color of this clay. Gary says, yep. I've never quite seen this type of.
What color would it be?
When it's wet, it's very, very dark. I won't say black.
It's not black.
But it is a charcoal, kind of a charcoal colored. As it starts to dry, it gets a little lighter. And then when it is.
It's like a pewter when it's dry.
Right. Well, when it's dry, it almost looks like the desert camouflage you see in the soldiers or with the tanks. It's kind of got that desert camouflage beige tan type of stuff. Yep. This stuff changes. I've been watching it. I had guys dumping trucks, and one of the guys ran over part of the pile, the very end of it, where it was smoothing off, and he packed it. And I said, oh, man. I looked at that, and I was you guys, I'm not kidding you when I say this.
You guys, I was at work, and he came into my office, and he said, Sandy, you have to come out here and see this. I'm like, really? I had no idea what I was going to see, but I walked out there and,
Hey, honey, come look at my dirt.
I know. It's smashed dirt on the ground. Okay.
No. Okay, that's what it looks like. Right. So she says, okay. I said, no, watch this. I said, step on it and twist your foot. And she stepped on it and twisted her foot, and she went, oh, wow. That's got a lot of traction in it. I said, oh, I can't wait to put this stuff on the track. This stuff is going to be so awesome. It's going to be neat. We're going to have some grandstands put up. We will release the name of the track probably right after we get the clay put down, graded, packed, watered, so we get some good pictures. We'll release the name of the track we're going to have here.
Guess what I'm buying tomorrow, maybe? I got somebody's buying my lowboy and my other truck. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to go buy the dump truck. So we'll have a dump truck whenever we need it.
A little late there, but, hey, cool. Great.
Hey, the guy just offered me twice of what the stuff is worth today.
Take it.
Awesome.
So,
good deal.
Take it.
And I don't need it.
Good for
Beautiful.
you.
So
I was going to turn it into a dump truck anyhow.
We know where to get Primo clay now, so, hey, if we need more, Dave.
We need to start stockpiling this stuff because it's worth gold.
It is gold. It is.
You can see the sparkles of gold in it when you look at it in the sun, too.
Settle down there.
Whoa.
It's got pearlescence to it.
It's getting deep.
I could turn Nina into a dump truck driver. I think she'd like that.
Why? Okay, sir. I'm just going to leave that
You could
statement where it lays.
You could
right
be a
there.
double clutching. I got to be careful. Double clutching mother trucker.
Oh, you better say
Double-clutching
that.
mother trucker.
Clutching.
I say it
That's hard
very
to say it.
slowly so you don't mess that one up.
So, if you guys follow Moxie Media Promotions on Facebook or Southern Oregon Speedway, you know, and I know late model drivers are excited about this, you know that the Cottonwood Classic, the first annual, the inaugural Cottonwood Classic payout and rules have been released. Now, there's been a lot of discussion on Facebook about the rules because of what is posted on the flyer. Don't get too excited here and think we're going to start going out and running 6-foot deck heights. And, I mean, there's been a lot of people asking, is that it for rules? Follow the Southern Oregon Speedway rules, okay? Excuse me. Still dealing with that chest allergy situation. Okay. Follow the Southern Oregon Speedway rules. Look them up, okay? SouthernOregonSpeedway.com. What is posted here? Okay, and this is Mike McCann. We're talking about Mike McCann. Mike is very unique. Mike does some unique things. Here's how the Cottonwood Classic is going to go down. First and foremost, $4,000 to win for late models. Okay, $4,000. Second place pays $2,000. Third place is $1,000. Then it goes 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, $200 from 9th through 16th. Okay. Now here's the questions that I have been asked. Are they only starting 16 cars in the feature? Because it says 9 through 16 is 200. Okay. I don't know. I'll ask Mike for those listening that are driving late models. I don't know if we're only going to start 16 or if we're going to start 24. I will talk with Mike and we'll get that information out, whether it's on Moxie or Southern Oregon Speedway. It'll be there, both of them. I can't tell you which one first, but 16 is where it's listed through the payout. That doesn't mean we're going to run 16 cars. He might run 24. He might run 22, 20. I don't know. I'll find that out. Other questions that came in. What about rear deck height? What's the rule? Follow your general late model rules that most of the country's doing. Don't go, like I said, putting a 5-foot deck height because you're probably not going to be legal. Okay. 12-inch rear spoiler maximum. That is for everybody. That is not for crate motors. That is if you've got an open motor. Okay, it is a 12-inch spoiler maximum for that event. Okay, here's the one that a lot of guys have expressed to me that they're not big fans of. I get it, but this is the rules. Okay, and let me explain this. Let me tell you my thoughts on this. D55 right rear. Okay, that is a track rule at Southern Oregon, meaning if you're running a late model, you have to have the spec tire on the right rear. Other 3 corners are open. Okay? I doubt many people are going to go out and buy 3 of the softest Hoosiers you can buy to put them on for one race, or they're not going to be legal anywhere else. So the guys that are panicking about that, now listen, there probably is a couple guys that may do that. But as the overall field, you're only going to see, if anybody does it, maybe a couple of guys. You're not going to see a field full of cars with brand new tires on 3 corners and a D55 on the right rear. I highly doubt that's going to happen. Some say it's an advantage. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on your perspective and how you look at it. No wings, rudders, sail panels, etc. Sail panels, another word for sideboards. Don't get excited thinking you're going to be putting on an old posse-style sideboard that's 6 feet high and runs the length of the car. This is not old-school racing. We're not going that far back, okay? $100 entry fee, $30 pit pass, okay? Here's the format. Everybody's going to draw for heat position. There will be no qualifying. You're going to draw for heat position, okay? We're going to run 4 10-lap heat races or as many heat races needed for car count. Top 3 from each heat will be locked into the main. the top 2 finishers will go to a scramble. Okay? You're looking at an 8-lap scramble to set the top 4 rows of the main event. Very interesting. Okay? Any engine is legal. Any engine is legal. Okay?
Any
engine.
Any.
D55 right. Minimum weight, 2250. From what I understand, the way I read rules around the country, that's about 100 pounds lighter than what everybody else mandates as a series or as a track for late models. And as a course with the driver after the event. Okay? So, very unique set of rules, unique format. Things should be interesting for this show. We have talked with several drivers who have said they're coming. Some say, I don't know. One driver said, I want to be there, but here's the deal. There was a couple of, one particular set of circumstances that would prevent him. I said, if you can make it, I'll guarantee you won't have to worry about that. Okay? I'm trying to get that driver here. He's good for late model racing out here, and I'm talking about Rob Maya. Rob is one guy that hasn't committed. I'm working on him. Okay? Here's who I do know is coming. Justin Duty is committed. Okay? John Duty, possibly getting back in the car after about a year and a half. Possibly. They're trying to get that car done to make this event and a couple other things. I'm going to bet John shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I know Justin's going to be there. There's $4,000 on the line to win.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a betting man, I'd say I think you'll see the 5 car there. Okay. A lot of guys are committing. I'll tell you about an interesting conversation I had earlier. And this goes back to what we were talking about in the rules. Again, this is a different rules package. I get it. I understand. One driver who said he was coming, who is now sitting on the fence, it's the 111 of Joey Tanner. I know Justin Duty's going to be there. Okay? Because Justin is going to be there, I'm going to bet Joey shows up too.
I'll take you on that one. I think you will too.
I'm going to bet Joey's, and if Joey isn't there, well, then Joey and I are going to have a little discussion. Here's what I'm going to say next. There are some fast local guys at Southern Oregon Speedway. You've got guys that have been there for a long time. You've got Nathan Augustine. You've got Miles Dubert, who is getting faster every week in the WFO Chris Laney built chassis. You've got the D's gang. They're fast. We know Darren Koffel's going to be there for the 4,000 to win. And we know Trent Elliott's going to be there. Right now, if someone said, I'm going to give you $1,000 to bet on this show, who are you putting your money on? Is there anybody want to says anything?
I'm not going to say
I'm not saying anything because
No.
it's anybody's race.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And who knows who's going to show up.
Yeah.
Let me put something out there for you.
Ask us after warm-ups.
Yeah. That's a good time.
Darren Koffel has a win. He's going to be there. Trent Elliott has 3 wins. He's going to be there. Preston Luckman has a win. I haven't confirmed with him yet, but I'm going to bet he's going to be there. We have Bobby Hogue is the other late model winner. Bobby Hogue is going to be there. The last time Bobby Hogue showed up, what did he do?
Took home both.
He won the late models and the
And
modifieds.
the modifieds. Mm-hmm.
Won it. Drove and won it. That's Bobby Hogue. Trent Elliott has 3 wins.